Hi. Hey guys, my name is Chanel Perillo, and I'm a casting director and producer based in Los Angeles. I've cast shows like Drag Race, F-Boy Island, the Real Housewives franchise, and Million Dollar Listing, to name a few. I want to welcome you to Shut Up Chanel, a podcast where I take you through my LGBTQIA plus journey, while each week I get to chat with the queer royalty that helped shape me. Buckle up, because I know you're going to want to tell me to shut up.
Shut up, Chanel. Shut up, Chanel. Chanel, shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, Chanel. Shut up, Chanel. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, Chanel. Shut up, shut up, shut up, Chanel.
Hold on, let me record. What are you laughing about?
Chanel, you're so extra.
Welcome to the stage.
What?
Welcome to the pod. She is my sister. She is the one that taught me that I am a diva. She is Latrice motherfucking Royale. She's an American drag performer, a recording artist, a reality TV personality. She's best known for the fourth season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which I talk about a lot on this podcast already. Welcome to the stage, Latrice. Hi.
Hi, Chanel. I cannot with you. I can't.
What? Tell me what you were thinking
This
right now.
is exactly what I expected, but I didn't expect it. Like, I'm not surprised, but this is so you. I love the backdrop, love the earphones, love the mic, love the fit, love the tits, love the gloss. Diva!
Oh my God, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
I mean, it's a Friday night. I had work all day today and I got my ass ready for you because I've been so excited to have you on the pod.
I love this. I love this.
Well, I like to start off each episode with how we met. So I kind of want you to tell me your interpretation of how we fucking met, girl.
Now, I have a vivid story about, well, we met over the phone first. I think I first talked to you over the phone because in my show, I have a bit where I talk about my audition process and getting on the show and how I got there. And I talk about you. And I go, I got the call and I'm like, we loved your we loved your we loved your email. We loved your email, but we really need you to get your video in right away. I was just like, what audition tape? What are you talking about? Because I did not know they were auditioning when I had sent an email in. I did not know where the email was going to go. And wop bop a doop bop, and then I get on the show, and you are our everything. You are our girl. You are our diva, our savior, our sanity, our protector, our everything. And bitch, I don't know. It wouldn't have been the same experience without you. I know that for sure. So, like, you made my time on Drag Race so pleasant and so, like, I felt like good because I had you there and I knew that you were taking care of the girls. You were not going to let us get fucked over. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank.
I just had Ms. Willem on the pod and I was terrified. I was terrified of everything she was going to say about.
She knows where the bodies are, girl. So,
but she talks about like all the breakdowns we all had and how I was kind of like this driving force of like getting you all to like want to continue on. So,
like, for real, because we had some moments, girl. We had some moments where I was just, ooh, yeah.
I want to talk about a couple for sure, but I do want to take it back because when you said that you remember our phone call, that's how that I was like, tonight I was in the bathtub and I was like thinking about the first time we actually spoke. And this is what's crazy to like the people listening is like season 4, like that was like kind of the first, like season 3, I mean, you had to make a tape, like you always had to make a tape, but season 4 is when like they got more like strict on like the requirements of what
Right.
like what you had in order to make it on to the show. And there was this main email that we would check and queens would submit to it. And it was like hot. It was like looking for like needles in a haystack because there was like so many emails and some people would like just send like a link and I remember you had sent, I swear, tell me if I'm wrong, but I remember you had like sent a video of you day drag performance at Palace.
At Palace, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was this email and it was like Latrice Royale, which already like the name like caught me. And then we like go to this link and I remember me and the casting director, Angela at the time.
Angela, yes.
Angela is an unsung hero. I mean, I love Angela. Yeah, we pulled up your video and it was like, I don't even think I had seen day drag, you know, like I was used to like Dream Girls, nightclubs, like theater performances. But yeah, I hadn't been to Palace yet. I hadn't done the Miami drag scene yet. And so we were just like, I was astounded by your video. And then I think we even did like a Zoom video with you.
Like immediately, yeah.
It was but it was like Skype because I don't even think
it was Skype back then. It was Skype.
And you were so loved. Like I remember it was like you were just like real people and I was just I knew you were a star. I just fucking knew it. You come in for Drag Race and we really did like bond on set. And yeah, like we just like really bonded.
We did. Because you're a no-nonsense bitch and you knew that I was a no-nonsense bitch. And so we clicked for sure. You really had to go to bat for us because they were ridiculous. Like they were the things that we had to endure with that low budget at the time situation, the no budget, the $39 for 9 grown men to eat. Like that moment was, you know,
like grown ass men. Because I'm like, I was thinking back and I'm like, you weren't young. Like you were.
I was 39 then. I was 39. Yeah.
39 years old. And I'm like this little 24-year-old. Like, which is so crazy because I just like always assumed that we were like peers. And I'm like, no, like you're like, I'm around the same age, like getting close to the same age that you were. But you know, we had that like look at each other, like we just like knew each other were down bitches. We knew that we both like to smoke blunts. We knew that we both
100%. 100%.
Oh my God. And like I could like really again, I could have this edited, but like because I'm wondering like how much you want to talk about.
Yeah, you know I'm an open book.
Okay.
I ain't scared. What?
I'm like, it's been so long where like I'm like completely different person. So I feel like it's been like long enough time that I can reflect on this like version of myself. And it was like all such like done in like sisterhood and love. So
yeah, down.
All right, my editor doesn't have to. Yeah, well, okay. So one night we like
Tell it.
No, it was just I knew that because I was gonna say like what was the moment you fell in love with me? But I remember this night, it was the longest day ever. I had like already been like, especially in my early 20s, like that's how I scoped out friendships. I was like, you like to smoke weed, I like to smoke weed, we're gonna smoke weed together. Like I like to stoner bitch, I always have. It's how Marco and I became friends. Like a lot of my best friendships happened over a joint. It's just like that's how our friendship began. And there was this one night after set and we were all so tired and we get back to the hotel and every night, like I would go in the van. I would like park my car at the hotel in the morning, and then I would just like drive home from the hotel because I like made sure that you guys got to the hotel at night at like a reasonable hour. And we get back to the hotel, and I was like, God, I can't wait to like smoke when I get home. And like I remember Sharon at the time, she was like, well, why don't you just come and smoke with me and Latrice? And I was like, is that an option? Like, how do you guys have weed? Sharon's like, oh, Latrice has some weed. And I was like, okay, you can't tell a soul. I'll meet you in the hallway. I can't believe I'm telling this story. I can't believe. I'll meet you in the hallway, like after everyone goes to bed. And so Sharon meets me in the hallway, and she's like, we'll just go. I do this with Latrice every night. And I'm like, what? Like Sharon Needles and Latrice, this like never would have imagined best buds in the fucking world. Like, wow. It was like the odd couple. So we like knock at your door, and you are so surprised because I'm like, this is like.
Right, I was not expecting you.
This is like breaking the fourth, like what is it, the fourth wall or whatever?
The fourth wall,
it was like a glitch and a mate. And I like almost just wanted to see what you would do. Like I wasn't even sure if I was going to, but then you open the door and you're shocked. And I'm like, I'm here to smoke a blunt. And you're like, oh. And then you just like pulled out this blunt from the back of your pocket. And it was so big. And me, you, and Sharon went on the balcony and we smoked a blunt.
You remember how we had to climb out the window to get to the balcony because there was not really a door there, but that's what we did.
And you know what? The overnight PA was this like stoner kid that like didn't like, he literally would just like go sleep in the room. And so I
know, that's where we got our weed from.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't Chanel Perillo. Chanel Perillo did not provide the weed. She only smoked it.
Baby, that PA, I forget his name, but
we don't need to out him.
Don't need to out him, but baby, he would bring his little roller case, and I would give him my little $60 from the ATM every week, bitch.
You were buying. Well, like a true stoner bitch. You know what I mean? Like I could find weed all over the world. I mean, we have. I mean, we have. So yeah, we really bonded. And then I was just like, I was like, oh, like I'm always gonna, and we like laughed the whole time. Like I'll never forget, like, yeah, like just laughing so hard. And yeah, that was the beginning, I think, of our friendship.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, this is a down bitch. We're good. We're good.
I brought up on the last episode with Willem about, because we were talking about like catchphrases on set and how like, or I don't even know if it was Willem. I was talking to, or the Heathers. I was talking to someone on the pod about this, but I brought up the story about how like I would always be like, Latrice, and every morning. And then one day Rue said it on the main stage and I like gagged.
Like, there it is. And now there it is. Yeah.
It was such a period of my life where like I was like still, like I was still figuring out like where I kind of like fit in this whole world. And I remember like people would call me like, when I first started hanging out with gays, like the term like hag was like, yeah. That was the word. That was the word. And then I remember like that not being PC anymore, and people started like calling, like they were like, no, you're a fruit fly. Like that's
right. That was a whole other thing, a fruit fly.
That was another thing. And I was telling you all this because like I think it was just like when like you guys were trying to figure me out, and I'm like, yeah, people say I'm a fruit fly, and you were like, you said something to me that day and you were like, no, don't let anyone call you a fruit fly. You were like that. We used to call those like girls like the like you like have flies around you. And
yeah, exactly.
And I was like, well, then what am I? And you were like, Chanel, you're a diva. Like, that's why gays like 100%. You. They don't like you because of like a title. They like you because you're a diva.
Period.
And that really stuck with me.
Period, honey. And now look at her. She has embraced her divahood, honey. She knows she's a diva. Yeah, look at you. Look at you right now. I mean, this is the vision. Like in true diva fashion, this is what I expected.
Oh my God. Well, after Drag Race, we stayed like really close. I even spent a Thanksgiving at your house.
Oh my God, you did come down. You did.
After Drag Race, we had the Drag Race cruise. And it was like the week after Thanksgiving. And I don't know. I remember texting my mom and was like, I'm going to skip Thanksgiving this year. And I'm going to go have Thanksgiving with Latrice. And my mom was like, okay.
Baby, you got some soul food. You got some good eatings, honey.
But when I tell you, like the show had you had just started getting like all these fucking bookings, and I'm on the plane about to fly to Florida, and Latrice texts me, and she's like, honey, I just got this sickening booking. I'm gonna be a day late. She's like,
I did.
Mayhem are gonna be at my house, and you three will have Thanksgiving at my friend Chelsea's house, but everything's fine. We'll hang out there.
Oh my God, it's true.
I felt so bad for my mom. I was like, damn. But I ended up having the best time in Hollywood, Florida. It was like I got to stay at your house, and like it was just like the best.
That's it.
It really
I don't have to even be there. You were still, I knew you were going to be taken care of. So
I want to kind of like go back because like there's even stuff like I don't know about you, and I think like people would like to know about you, and like we'll like dig a little, but I want to know like how did drag come about for you?
well, it was a dare on Halloween. Like that's what started it all for real.
What age are we talking though? And like I'm
You're
talking
talking, I was 21. 21. Yeah, because I'm 51. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah, there you go. There's around 1993 is when I started.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing
and so it was a
years.
dare.
A dare. And then like
had you played around with drag? Like did you watch any, like did you have any drag idols?
I knew who RuPaul was. I was singing Supermodel then because that's when it came out. I had seen drag shows before. My first drag show was Kenny Kerr in Vegas, the Boylesque on the Strip back in the day. They were at the Stardust. And then that was like all I knew about drag. And I was mesmerized, but never thought I was ever going to do it. That was not in my cards. I was a color guard girl. She was twirling flags and doing her thing. But then when I started getting like aging out of color guard and realized that I had something special with drag, because I did the contest, did my first drag show contest, and it was horrible. But then I came back the next week and won. And I was like, uh-oh, there's something there. And then baby, the rest is history. 30 years I've been doing this.
And I know like I know that you were raised in Compton, right?
Yeah, I'm from Compton.
So where were you at 21?
21, I was here in Florida.
Okay, so what brought so I want you to like take me back. So like raised in Compton,
okay,
what brought you to Florida?
Okay, so I left Compton I left like Southern California because we were living in the valley. We were living in Moreno Valley at the time when I was 19. I left there when I got outed by my brother. We had a huge fight and I left. And so I moved to Wisconsin to do color guard with another one of my friends for a year. So I lived in Wisconsin for a year from 91 to 92. And then that summer of 92, I moved to South Florida to march in another color guard down here called the Alliance of Miami, because my best friend was down here. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll come march my age out, because I was aging out was going to be my last couple of years. So I moved down to Florida, doing color guard here, and then the following summer, I did my first drag show contest because they convinced me, and it's audience applause. So they're like, all your friends come, you're gonna win. So all my color guards friends came to cheer for me, and I won. And so that was the beginning of the end. Like I like it just stuck. Like I knew I had something, and then like when I started like implementing my color guard skills with my drag skills and merging them, it was a wrap, honey. It was a wrap.
Oh my God. Fun fact, I tried out for color guard twice and didn't make it.
Girl, what? See, folks, you do have to audition. It is not just for the fat kids that didn't make cheerleading.
Like, nothing was worse on my self-esteem than like going through an awkward stage of my life and also not getting accepted onto color guard.
Not you or Meg.
It was fully Meg. Shut up, Meg. Like, our lives are very parallel, Megan and mine from Family Guy. In fact, back in the early my party days when Detox and them would bully me, they would all call me Meg.
You're Meg. That's horrible.
I know. And like, who doesn't make color guard? And my excuse was like my school was like, they were like highly ranked. So I just told myself that was why. But
they were too good or you were too bad. Either
yeah, I was like a small fish in a big pot. Is that the phrase? I was a small.
No,
fish
you were a small fish in a big pond.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah. If anyone from high school is listening to this.
What high school did you go to?
Rancho Bernardo High School.
Oh, I know Rancho Bernardo. They did have a good guard. They did. Yeah, they did.
Damn it. I know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So wait, but like your brother outed you? How did I not know this?
Oh, I don't know. But that's what got me out of there. We got in a huge fight. One of my friends had got some like porn, and from the store, wanted me to hide it until he could sneak into his house. So I did, and I had one of those beds that pull out, you know what I mean? So I hid it.
In the trundle bed.
Yeah, I hid it underneath the drawer, and then he went snooping in my room and found it, and then told my mom I was a faggot, and he found porn in my room, all that.
See, kids don't even have to worry about hiding porn. Like, they don't even know.
The finger is the palm of your hand nowadays. Like,
yeah, you used to have to go to the store and be like, I'll take big cocks. And like, but I feel like, more moms were probably finding porn back in the day than they are now. I feel like now they just look up search histories, which is
the search history 100%.
way scarier because it's real easy to search. But what's your relationship like with your brother now? What was that?
Oh my God. So we've come a long way. So he's done a 180 and we are better than we've ever been. And I have my family back. I've been reconnecting and like finding new family because I'm on Ancestry. And so I've been
Isn't that crazy?
It's wild. It's wild to me. Like, especially because there's so much scandal behind my family. They took it to the grave, honey. There's a lot of baby mamas and baby daddies from back in the day. And we're like, well, who is this? And who is that? Because, baby, I don't know this.
It makes you find like the scandal.
Bitch, the DNA dig up the bones, honey. It's whatever you thought was buried.
I know. I know. You go into Ancestry thinking it's like you're gonna find out how much. Like, I went into it being like, I wonder how much Italian
where from, and baby.
I found a half sister.
See, nobody told you.
My dad and I used to make jokes about it at the table. Like, we used to joke, like, oh, I bet I have some like, the 70s were wild. Like, there was no, there wasn't no morning after pill. And like, and here's how I look at it. It's like now, like, if like I sleep with anyone, I could get their credit report the next morning, like everything's online. But like, if you got knocked up in the 70s, like, you didn't get the guy's phone number, or, like,
Right.
what do you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
I found a half sister. Shout out if she listens to this. We DM occasionally. It's like, it's a really weird thing because I'm older and they're older, and like,
Yeah.
and we don't live in the same city, and so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. And I'm glad that like my dad actually found out before he passed, which is crazy.
You didn't even know either?
No, he had no idea, and he was like sick when he was finding out. So he was like probably thinking like, what the fuck is going on? But they got to talk, which was like, yeah, crazy. Did not mean for this part of the podcast to take a right like this,
But that, I mean, hey.
But wild, right? Yeah. And
Wow.
people, and we had made so many jokes. And then like when I found out, I told my grandma, and it was when my dad was like getting sick. And I was like, maybe like, do we tell him? Like, it's like, but he ended up finding out, and so I guess that's the way the universe wanted it to go. But yeah, like crazy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also I found like it even caused like rifts in the family, because we found out like this one aunt like had like hidden this one child that she had. So yeah, crazy shit. So I'm sure it was a lot for your family.
Yeah, it was a lot of processing. But the good thing is that like my cousin is doing Thanksgiving in Atlanta, and he's doing it big, and like he is getting together the family and all the kids and the kids' kids and the kids' kids. Like, I'm a great uncle.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me. That's wild to me.
Yeah, if you could talk to yourself like even 10 years ago, would you think that you would?
No, I would still be like, girl, please, you're gonna be doing what? Doing where? With who? No. Like, I could have never, I mean, I knew I was destined for greatness. That was the general consensus. But how great, I did not know. I didn't know what the limit would be and what kind of range we were talking. I was just glad to get, more than $125 for a booking. You know what I mean? At the time, I did not know I would be in this place. You know what I mean? And so I've super exceeded my expectations and goals as far as drag. But I still feel like I'm just getting warmed up, and I'm not even like started yet. Like, I'm like nowhere. Now I have bigger dreams and aspirations, because I'm like, now I know the sky's the limit. So let's do it.
Oh, I just got the chills. Because I think back on Drag Race, and you still weren't. That's what's crazy, people listening. Like, you were 39 years old, you got on Drag Race, but like you were even still like, you had just finished dealing with all of your legal drama.
Yeah. Fresh out the joint.
Yeah. Fill me in on that. Like, what age was that? When did that happen to you? Because I feel like that's a part of my journey too.
Yeah. So literally everything happened. So when, like, 2011, right? So it all started literally 10 years prior to that, but it didn't come to a head to 2006. So from 2006 to 2007 is when I got sentenced to prison. I was actually in prison behind the walls. And this is for a violation of probation for a prescription pill. Like, that's what it boiled down to. And so...
And you were in Florida.
And I was in Florida, which is, known for Jim Crow, harsher crimes for Black folk, all the kind of things. So literally, for the crime that I did, if I was a different race, it would not have been. It would have been a little slap on the wrist. I wouldn't have a story. I wouldn't have had a story. But because it went the way it went, it is what it is. So I had got out of jail literally. So 2007, Drag Race came on in 2009. And I auditioned for season 4. So I was still in the process of rebuilding my drag. I had nothing. Girl, I had nothing. Like, really, I was broke and trying to like rebuild and get myself together. And that's why it was so important that I got on the show, because it was going to change. I knew it was going to change my life. I was also fearful that I wasn't going to get cast because I had been in prison. But little did I know that that was going to be my story arc, and that was the whole, point.
Mm-hmm.
So it wound up being a very positive thing because, that was the first thing out the gate that Ru asked me when was my end of the world moment, because we did the Rupocalypse, and when was my end of the world moment, and I just told her, I was like, when I was in prison, my world was shattered, over. But from that, I rebuilt, you know what I mean? And so, like, here I am. And if you would have told me like 12 years ago that these things that are happening, these opportunities that are happening would be happening, I couldn't see it. I could never see it. But here I am, bitch. Still climbing the ladder of success.
Oh my God. What are you trying to do next? How has what is next for you?
TV film is like my main thing that I have been concentrating on. I've transitioned out of the nightclubs. That was my number one goal. And so, she's honed in on her cabaret and storytelling and singing. So that live aspect of my life is wonderful. And that's what I enjoy doing, is cabaret. I just got done rapping on We're Here. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I could cry just thinking about it. Like, nothing seems more perfect than that.
Like, that to me is the Cinderella slipper for me, of gigs. Like, to me, I'm like, duh, of course, this makes sense. So that was a wonderful experience, and I can't wait for that to come out, because it's going to be some powerful, good television. Yeah, I'm doing voiceover work. I got a new gig that I'm working on with Nickelodeon that I'm working on, and it's incredible. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to share that information, but I have been...
Get out of here. I mean, I'll never forget that. Remember the Snatch Game episode of your season?
Oh, girl. Could never forget it.
Yeah. Latrice was so mad that day. He almost quit because of Snatch Game.
I did. I was over it, and I knew I thought I was going home. I was so mad.
You were, yeah. I just kept remember you going, the level of professionalism of you people, like you wouldn't even look at Fifi, look at her.
I could not look at her.
And you were always the nice, you were never pissed. Everyone, I always had to deal with who was going to have a mood each day. It would be someone.
You did.
It would be oh, today I'm going to have to deal with Sharon, or today Dita's the one pissing me off, or, Willem's giving me gray hair. Jiggly fucking jiggles.
Oh, Lord, poor Jiggly.
Well, I got to have Jiggly on here. I feel like she'll go off.
Jiggly.
Season forever. But yeah, that day, you were not having it. And I feel the edit, kind of showed you were pissed, but no one really, you had to be there. Latrice.
Yeah, no, it started that morning that I could not even pull it together to pretend that morning. I was so shooketh, angry.
And what you're saying is because we filmed Snatch Game all one day, and then the next day is supposed to be the next, it's the next day, your reactions, and you you didn't want to talk to anyone. You didn't you make them issue you an apology or something? Please tell this, diva.
When we were in the workroom and I slammed my hand out on the ground, I was hot to try. And I was I'm here for that. That's not what I came here for. No, they all felt like little kids. You could see them like little kids with they're in trouble with mom and dad. And they're all well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Jiggly apologized and owned up to it. Fifi was still making excuses, which pissed me off even more. I was like, just own it, bitch. Just own it. It was you in the front row acting a fool. Just own it. So mad at her.
I'm just dying that wasn't on camera because the video, like an image of you slamming a table in the workroom, like everyone was like,
yeah, no, it was.
And because like I remember even Rue, like, because here's the thing, like Rue's really good at like not like letting like being hard to read, if you will, like not knowing if she's actually pissed or like.
No, she was annoyed. She was fucking annoyed, and that's why I was like, "This is embarrassing. Y'all are pissing Rue off. Is what's happening right now, and y'all not reading the fucking room. Y'all can't tell this woman's getting annoyed when she done told you to calm down, Beyonce, little Kenya. The hell were you doing, woman?
Yeah. Oh my God, shout out to Kenya Michaels. I do have this image of one of our dark days at the pool. And that was the day I discovered Latrice Royale has the best playlist of music.
Oh, right. We were jamming.
We had a dark day, which a dark day meant like we got to hang out at the hotel. I think I was like, I'll have a dark day too. And we had a pool day and you played. And I just remember Kenya walking around with like her titties taped. It was a really, oh my God, we had so much fun. I have like all I just like wrote down memories. So I'm dying because now that like there's all this talk about aliens and UFOs and everything, I have this story of like me and you saw a UFO.
Chanel, here we go. Oh my God.
We saw.
Are we going there?
We saw a UFO, Latrice. Like the world needs to know and believe me. Because every time I tell people drunk at a party, they don't believe me. So here I am with my iced coffee and Latrice Royale. How would you describe the UFO sighting?
I don't remember. All I remember is us going, did you see that? Did you see that? What that?
I think it was the same night that me and Mimi I'm First, like, which I don't know how I wound up with Mimi I'm First in an elevator going to your hotel room one night. I was at the Ramada on Santa Monica Boulevard.
I can tell you why. And I have the video. I just found it. Shut up. I have some video that would wreck your life because if it was edited the right way, it would sound like you're saying it, but you were just repeating this story because you guys got in the elevator and this naked man got in there with you. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, and you could lie. I was terrified.
He got robbed and beat up.
Set the scene. And I want you to finish. And I really could get canceled. Like
you could
canceled.
But you were only repeating what he had said to y'all.
But I still should have never fucking repeated it. Went to Latrice fucking Royale. But that's how close we are. I was at Mickey's for something. It must have been drag week. I used to call.
No, what happened was we were all there back in the day for the premiere of season 5. And so we were all getting ready to go out to the premiere for season 5. It was Mimi came up to my room. It was me, you, Carmen Carrera, Manila.
All the stoners.
All the And I had that video. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh my God. So Mimi I'm First, like, yeah, I think I like stopped at Mickey's first and got Mimi I'm First. And she was like, come to Latrice's room with me. We're in the elevator to go up to your room. And this like naked guy comes in the elevator and is telling us this crazy story about how he got robbed. And we're like just trying to get up to Latrice's room to like smoke a blunt. And we come in your room and we're telling you this crazy story. And then we smoke the blunt and then we're all looking out the window. And I swear we saw a UFO and everyone saw it. So
Everyone thought, but we all did smoke the same blunt. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a parallel there, but yeah,
we totally saw it.
all saw it.
Oh my God, so crazy. I even like followed you to San Francisco one time for a gig because I specifically remember all of season 4, all I wanted to do was learn how to tongue pop.
Oh my God.
Like I was like really trying to find my gay card, and
Oh my God. That was not your passion, baby. It was
I wanted to tongue pop and I could never do it. And the queens would like every day they'd be like, "Can you tongue pop yet?" And I'd be like I couldn't do it. And one night we were in San Francisco, and I still have the image of us. Like we were backstage, and you love an apple martini, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to buy Latrice a drink, buy her an apple martini. And we were drinking apple martinis, and because the apple martini was so sour, I tongue popped for the first time.
You did. By accident. It happened. It was, you're like, oh my God, I did.
We laughed for like 20 minutes. You were dying because you knew how bad I wanted to do it.
You were like, it was the pinnacle of your career moment of drag. You felt like in that moment you had solidified your card. This is it. I'm in, bitch. I'm official.
It's happened, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. I also went to your wedding.
You were at our wedding.
Oh my God. So I remember when Christopher and Latrice first started dating. It was like right after Drag Race, right?
It was. Yeah.
Oh my God. And
Yeah, we met December 22nd. Yeah. Yeah. December 22nd of 2012.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And like that's so long. And like I love Christopher. I know you're gonna listen to this episode.
Oh, of course.
He always checks on me, and like he's just like the sweetest, and I just love the two of you. But your wedding was so fun. It was a freaking blast. It was one of the most fun weddings I've ever been to.
It was star-studded too. The girls came, honey. No one went to DragCon New York that year. They're right. All the stars were at the wedding. It was fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, you had like everyone. And you like, yeah, it was very star-studded. I have like images of like, it was like Bianca Del Rio, Brooklyn Heights, like everyone was
Angela,
there.
yeah, Manila, yeah, the girls.
Oh my God, I got to go to Swinging Richards for my first time. Willem was there.
Yeah.
I got to go to Swinging Richards, which is that still around?
I think so. Maybe. Yeah. But you get to see the whole enchilada, don't you, at the Swinging Richards?
Yeah, Swinging Richards is well, I have a crazy fucking story about that your wedding weekend. So it's like a strip club, but all guys. And the guys like get on you. There's like a back room, like a champagne room, like they have at like strip clubs with like women, but it's men. And it's like this bar in the middle of the woods. You could like smoke inside. It's like a movie. You walk in, you like feel like you're in a different time. And it's like the guys all like do like choreographed dances. This one guy like humped my back and like came on my back. And like people were like, "Are you okay?" Like I felt.
Did you feel violated? Like
Anthony took me home after because Pasta Body was like, "That was not okay."
That is so not cool.
Even Bianca Del Rio was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "What just happened?" My back was covered and it was disgusting.
Ew. I mean, I'm sure it's not the first time, but like
oh my God. Yes, I had come on my back, but
at least you knew the person
yeah, I would still go back. It's a really good time. Love swinging.
Oh, you would go back
to that go-go boy that came on my back. I remember. I fucking remember.
Is sexy. Like at least ask first.
Oh my God. I just feel like you were such a part of like my early stage of like finding my confidence and my like my place in the community. And like you always were such a big like supporter of me as like a woman.
No, Chanel, I was always so proud of you because you were such a self-starter and such a self-motivator. You know what I mean? You were a go-getter and you hustled. And I watched you hustle. And like, um, when you, I'll tell you one of my most proudest moments when you're like, I'm getting my text. I'm getting my text. I said, what? She's like, bitch, cash coin saved up, paying for myself. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's a diva bitch move right there. And look at her out right now. Hey, girls. Hey, twins. So, like, bitch, like, that was right there. Like, that showed me who you were. Like, you were always determined. You were going to do what you did what you said. And that was it. Like, she was like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. I'm going to show you what this bitch can do. And you do it.
I mean, yeah, these were my RuPaul titties, season 4.
They really were. You saved the
4.
coin. You did. You did. You said you were going to do it, and you did it.
And I fucking did it. You know what? I have this like theory, like if like you think about something every day, like until you fucking do it, you're gonna keep thinking about it. Like that thought's not gonna go away. I had thought about getting my boobs done every day since I saw the first set of cleavage. Like I'll never forget. This like teenage girl had like beautiful cleavage, and I remember being like, I want that. And it honestly, like whenever I would like see, like I just thought like that to me was femininity. And I like really, and then when my boobs never came in, I was like, well, when am I going to get my femininity? And so it was like, it's something I thought about every fucking day to like, even like my parents were sick of it. They were like, buy them already. Like, we're so sick of hearing you talk about them. But I try to live like that now. Like, that's why the podcast, it was something I thought about every day. And I'm like, Chanel, until you just fucking pick up a mic, you're going to like keep thinking about it.
Yeah. And now you're doing it.
Mm-hmm. What's something that you've overthought in your life?
That I've overthought?
Yeah. And made happen.
Oh, and made happen. Oh, I like that. Well, it's like the way my business kind of like came out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I didn't trust bitches. Let's just be real. Like, I had heard horror stories about girls getting taken advantage of and all these kind of things. And I was just like, I don't want to be that bitch. I want to be my own self-made person, like throughout this experience. And I, got my team together of people who I trusted to help me navigate through. We stumbled away, but we did it. And like, that to me is like my biggest accomplishment is like when everybody else was touring, like Dita, I could tell you, it was Dita, Sharon, Fifi, and Jiggly that were touring right off the bat for my season. I wasn't.
Well, that was because they all went with they went with the one
P&G. Yeah.
They went with the one man. There was like the one
there was one company, and then I was like, nope, I'm not ready to do that. So I stayed back, created my own situation, and I didn't start touring to that next spring, but I fully rolled out as a corporation. And so like that to me was my biggest thing that I am so proud of, because no one can take that away from you. Like once you build something that's yours and it's your name, bitch, it's yours. So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
You're talking about Latrice Royale International, right?
And Latrice Royale Incorporated. Incorporated, yeah. And so it's great. Like now,
and that's why I remember LTI and
LRI.
And I remember when it first started, because that's the thing. I was trying to help the girls like find management stuff because I knew how big season 4 was going to be. I just had this feeling. I was like, people are ready for this. Like people are really starting to like warm up to the show. And like, I knew how big your impact was going to be on the show. And I remember you starting your company. And I think what a lot of people don't know is like you started that company and like you brought the people that had been by your side with you. since the beginning. Like Chelsea.
Yep.
Love Chelsea. Shout out Chelsea. She's always like, she took me in right away too, like family. So, but yeah, like go on with what you were gonna say.
Yeah. So like it was just necessary for me to do that because I didn't want everything that I've worked for to go to some other bitch and they run off of my coin or my success, which I was terrified of. And so out of necessity, I felt like I had to do this. And it was the only way that I can own every part of me. And so now here I am in this day and age and fully incorporated. And now that I'm getting into television and screen and all that kind of thing, you know, Latrice Royale is now a loan out company for Timothy Wilcox. You know what I mean? She's like very that, you know, like y'all probably don't know what all that means. Like, you know, when you're dealing with payroll, you have to pay my company to pay me and all that kind of thing. But it's you know, it's respected. I'm a full-on entity and I'm very proud of that now.
Well, yeah, you had worked so like you had like we had said earlier in this conversation, it's like you had been through the trenches, like you were dealing with the fucking US prison system, like to think of like ever like handing over 10% of like your coin to some like dude in New York that you like barely fucking knew, like no ma'am.
Not gonna happen. Not this way. No.
But I have stories, you guys, of Latrice in like the first couple of years when it was like insane. And like I remember you having like so much money that you didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you were there when I had Jujube iron in my mouth. Do you remember that?
Yes. It might have been on the cruise. I think it was the cruise. It was the cruise. You didn't know? You're like, guys, I don't know what to do with all the money. And you just kept pulling out bags. And I was like,
bags of coin, honey. I had never experienced it. Was like trash bags of money, like crazy tips.
And that was like, that's what I just like, that was so like the beauty of it is like seeing my friends that I knew struggled. I mean, I knew Sharon Needles struggled. Like I knew, you know, like watching my friends that I knew had struggled, like get all this coin was just like, and it was crazy. But you topped it with the people still talk. The girls still talk about that, like make jokes about like when Latrice had those bags of money, and you just like were like. You didn't know what to do with it all. And I remember Juju being like, girl, we got to iron that.
So it's easier when you cash it in. It's true. When you deposit it, it just goes so much faster than the machine.
Where did large and in charge, chunky yet funky come from?
Isn't that funny? Okay, so the large and in charge was just, you know, everybody says large and in charge when they're fat.
You're like, come on, Chanel.
I'm like, you know.
Come on, girl.
But the chunky yet funky, my friend Chuck from Naples, I used to work over there at his club. And so when he would announce that I was coming over to the West Coast, he was like, the chunky yet funky Latrice Royale coming over. So he actually gave me that name long before I even ever thought about a drag race. Like, I didn't even realize I had a catchphrase or a name, like, you know what I mean? Until I said it on, I'm like, well, that's what I'm the largest in charge and get funky. And so, you know, I said a lot of shit on the show, and I never thought about it being a catchphrase or catching on or whatever, because we didn't come in so produced as they do now.
You didn't know exactly. There was no you were writing the blueprint.
That's all that part. And so we came in being authentic and being ourselves, and whatever came up came out, and I didn't know it was gonna stick, and here it is. Like,
yeah. If you're not media trained, you don't know what a fucking soundbite is. Like RuPaul really does help the girls. Like I respect that so much. Is like she would be like, okay, you guys see how I'm saying something like 4 different ways? Like take no, you know. But no. I remember the first time you said Jesus is a biscuit, let
Let them
let
stop
him
you.
stop you up. Let him
Yeah.
stop you up. I was like, that's a soundbite. And you were like, it is? Like you
No
know, and I
clue.
no clue. No clue. And yet that was like such a thing. Or like the get those nuts out of my face. Get those nuts out of my face.
Who knew? I didn't know. I was just doing what was written. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's gonna stick.
Oh my God, sharing that's about you starting your company. Like at the time, I didn't even think of it that way. That's such a like eye-opening, duh, you didn't fucking trust people.
Oh, yeah, no.
You really have people told you that like you really are an American dream story?
No, no one said that to me like that. No. But that is really what it is ultimately. Like I've turned my shit show into like, a gem, of something that's valuable. Where I could have went the other way and still been a part of been in the system, because that's what it's designed for, is to keep you oppressed and for you to reoffend and all that kind of stuff. And I just like, that's not, jail does not look good on me. I'm sorry. And people were in, when I was in jail, they were like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm like, Lil Kim had to do it, so I'm going to do it too. You know what I mean?
Remember when I had to go for my DUI? I think I called you. Like, got any advice?
All right. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
You told me, you were like, tell them you work for fucking RuPaul.
Period, honey. Period.
Yeah. Oh, but no, it really is the American dream. Like, do you ever think of sliding doors? Like it's like you could have like gone so many other routes, like even just not even leaving when you got outed by your brother. Like your life
That part. Yeah, that would have changed the whole trajectory of my life as well.
Like why did no go?
No, I'm just glad I made the choices I have made, and everything that I've done has kind of led me to this place. So I have no regrets. Is what the ultimate, story is.
What advice do you wish you could tell like other young Black queer men? Like what advice do you wish you had when you were younger?
Oh, well, the biggest thing that I wish I had I had known was that I was okay as I was. You know what I mean? That there was not something wrong with me. We didn't have, especially growing up and being from a Black culture who, gay don't exist, in Black culture. Yeah. Especially when it comes to gangs, and that's where you coming from the hood. It's just hard. It's hardcore. I didn't have any kind of representation to let me know that I was even artistic, or that this was a beautiful thing and that it was going to, you're okay. So I just think it's important that you hold on to your dreams. Like if you have dreams and aspirations, and whether your family gets it or not, because they didn't understand color guard either. But that was something that I wanted to do. That was my passion. And so like, hold on to that. Do it. If it makes you happy, do and go for whatever makes you happy, because you can't live your life for other people. Period, point blank. Either they're going to come on board or not. But this is the fast moving train, and we're going to keep on moving. Period.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for teaching me that I am a diva.
You are a diva, and you have been owning it, honey. Look at you. Look at you doing things.
Oh my God. Well, I think people are gonna I feel like they're gonna feel like they know you better after listening to this episode.
Well, because there's some things that we haven't talked about, Chanel. I'm gonna send you that video. I cannot wait for you to see it so you can kiki.
What story I tell everyone this story about me the whole time on the Drag Race cruise, bugging you to dance to Oski Ski, motherfucker.
Oh my God, you would not let it go. You would not let it go. But you got me on the dance floor. You did. You finally got me out there.
I have this, see, like moral of the story, when you want something, guys, go for it. Like I had this image of me, like, I just wanted to freak dance with Latrice. Like that was the original thing. I was like, I want to freak dance with Latrice. And in my head, I was like, what song would be the best song for that. And To the Windows, to the Walls by Lil Jon was the best song. And every night we would go to the discoteca and I would go to the DJ and request that song.
What?
And every night, like, we missed it. Like, somehow, like, we fucking missed it.
We would go out and go get high and then come back, and he would play it before we were gone. A mess.
If I wish I had a time capsule and like could kind of go back to that night, because I just have these images of us on the discoteca, like Drag Race was just getting off the ground, like Michelle Visage was with us, like
yeah, she was. Those are some good times. Those are good
fucking
times.
good times. Well, this was such a fun catch up. I mean, I did bring like a little joint if we want to like smoke at the end.
I mean, you know, I always have my vape on.
Oh, perfect.
Like,
Perfect.
right on deck, you know, always.
Is there anything that you want to plug or promote?
No, just catch me on We're Here when it comes out. I'm very excited about that. I'm getting ready to go on. Get ready for Christmas. I'm doing some select cities. Why I Gotta Be White Christmas.
I love it.
Some select cities, but I'm going to be in Palm Springs for like 5 shows. Check your listings for that. I'm
Oh my God, I should come. I should come.
Yeah, that's not too far from you. You can come over to Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Jasmine Masters as one of my as my special guest. So you should
Jasmine.
definitely come and see that because it's just going to be a good time because Jasmine's a hot mess.
I love Jasmine Masters.
Yeah, so.
Oh, well, it was so fun catching up with you.
You too. You too. I love you so much, and I hope to see you really soon.
Yes, and will you tell me? Oh, and fun fact, Latrice, I think one of your voice is in the intro to my song for Shut Up Chanel.
Am I really?
Yeah, because I had 20 videos of drag queens saying Shut Up Chanel at DragCon, and you were one of them. And I'm pretty sure you're like the final Shut Up Chanel.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so you'll have to listen to it. But tell me to shut up, even though you're really nice to me.
Shut up, Chanel.
All right, let's get high. Let's get high. All right, I love you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the recording. Ooh, gorgeous. Hold on. Let me do one puff of smoke before so that the visual, you know.
You gotta have the visual.
This is my first. Wait. I don't even smoke weed before these podcasts because I'm trying to be very professional about it. Like I drink my iced coffee. So this is my first time getting stoned on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
See?
Light up a joint wherever you are. For Latrice. For Latrice!
See it?